What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. My name is Nathan, aka Fierce from Rhino 2. We are getting on into the video, which is today we are going over the guide to everything you need to know about the dairy productions and American farming. Let's get on into it. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, there's no better way to start this video off than to start with this chart right here that teaches you everything you need to know. Calves are, of course, 0 to 10 months, heifers are 10 to 24 months, and regular cows are 2 to 8 years. 2 to 8 years is where they produce their milk, and 8 years is the max amount of time they will produce milk for. So after that, I do recommend you selling your cows and getting more. A couple quick notes I want to mention. Calves, when they're born, are automatically moved into the calf barn, and from there they start at 100 pounds, and from which of course they grow to 10 months old, which they become heifers, and at the 2-year mark you move them back into the main pasture or sell them straight out, whichever you decide to do. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, there's 2 ways to get feed for your cows. This is the first method and the most common method, which is with a Myers wagon and a feed chopper. Basically, you'll feed this up and you will take it over to the harvester and unload it in there. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is what is called the harvester for the silage. When we're talking about harvesters and you hear like Grant talk about harvesters or me, this is what we mean for the silage, at least. You'll take it over here and you'll hit this little button over here and it will automatically unload all the silage into there. And of course, you've seen it 1,000 times. You will take your feed wagon over here and you will pull it underneath and kind of go ahead and unload it into there. And from there, you'll simply feed the cows wherever you need to feed them, which for the dairy calves, this is one spot right here. And of course, the big cows, this is the other spot. So that's just one simple way to get the feed for the cows. Now that's one way to get the feed for those cows. Now let's show y'all the better way to get feed for these cows much faster. Now, of course, just so all of y'all can see, this up here at the top, this corner is where the dairy farm is. There's only one dairy farm on the map to my knowledge. And of course, you have to drive all the way down here to the bottom of the map near this co-op, or as I call it, the red co-op. You drive over here, simply drive underneath this red barn here, and you can go ahead and start filling it up. And of course, if you're feeding pigs, you can get pigs as well. You can get both the pig feed and the cattle feed from here. You'll choose the cow food and then you'll be good from there. Which, ladies and gentlemen, I also want to give this quick notable mention to the hay bales in this game. You can buy them, but you cannot produce them. This is how you do it. You come over here to this barn, you hit buy, and you choose how many bales you want to buy of round bales. I'm going to only buy 2 round bales. I'm going to hit purchase. Now, of course, this does not give you a whole lot of feed, but it does give you some feed in the meantime if you do not feel like purchasing it like I do. Now, of course, to haul a group of these across the map, you will, of course, need a flatbed trailer. Simply as that, just load it into there. It automatically takes it, and then you can go over here and get your next one. And, of course, I'm using the Versatile right now with a front loader. You will need a front loader for this if you decide this is what you want to use. I do recommend you using hay if you want to get more of that immersive feel, as like I normally do. Now, of course, once you get your feed, all you have to do is simply come over here where you have your feed lot, kind of pull over here. Now, I know some of y'all are going to be worried with the pipe, saying that it's going to get stuck in there, but you do not have to get worried about the pipe. The pipe does not have any collision, so you can kind of move it through these poles as you see necessary. Actually, I'll kind of show this to you a little bit. As you can see this pipe right there. So once you get it over here, you get it over that, you hit unload, and then it starts filling up your cow feed. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I do recommend if you're moving, hold it back up and come over here to these calves as well and make sure to give them some feed, which this is simply just pulling it over here and giving them feed as well. And this is all you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, to give them feed. Now let's show you where to buy these cows. Now, of course, to buy these cows, you can have any trailer. I'm using the cattle hauler right now for the semi trucks, and all you have to do is go here, hit the buy button, go to dairy cows. Beef cattle will not work for this. Make sure you're using dairy cows. And then, of course, buy how many cows you want. I want 30, so we're going to purchase that there. And that costs $50,000 for an entire semi-truck. So do keep this in mind. This is very pricey, and you will need roughly $1 million to go ahead and get started into these cows. Now, this is where you back up to the pen to unload the cows. Once you buy the dairy cows at first, go ahead and unload all the cows in here, which this barn, by the way, can only hit 60 mother cows at one time. And of course, if you're wanting to move the baby calves, you just simply got to back up over here. And of course, you come here, hit load, and technically you've loaded all the cows. You can unload them back into here in case you do not want to move them. I know that is an issue in certain other places of this map. Now, of course, if you want to go ahead and use their manure that they do produce, you go over here to this side of the barn, and you of course load it into any of the manure spreaders that you want to use. And this does count as both NPK and nitrogen. The NPK does not stay down for 2 years if you use it like this. Now on to the part where people really want to know. If you want to load your milk, you come to the back side of here, has like a little entrance back here, and you go ahead and hit that button right there and load it full of milk. We'll give it a second to load it up. And now we have a full trailer of milk that we need to go ahead and take over to the sell points. Of course, once you buy your dairy barn, it is not that far from the selling point of the milk. You simply drive over here and then you start selling your milk. And of course, one trailer right now is worth $11,000, so we'll go ahead and start selling. And to keep an eye on the market, you can see when is the best time. Best time is October, and it's only May, and actually May is not terrible, but it's nowhere near the best that it could be. So that's just a little bit of an insider of what you need to do. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time we have for today. If y'all need to know any more information about the dairy cows, please leave a like, subscribe, do what y'all do best. Leave it in the comment section down below. Thank y'all so very much for the love and support you give to me, the entire team here. See you next time. Peace!